Alrighty, guys, it's time for this week's budget review. Can't wait to see what we've all done for this week. We just had another exciting week, guys. So, again, for those of you who are new, I picked the Hemlock and Oak 2025 weekly planner for this year's budget planner. It's definitely a lot slimmer than the daily, and so far it's been going quite well. It's doing its duty. It does have a lot more involved in it, and again, I have not had time to do the self-reflection for the budget-wise, perspective. I have done this through like the personal planner and that, but we're working on it. We are. By July, I should have that taken care of. Again, they have the goals and the habits section, which this is a very meaty little planner, and I am loving it. I love sitting down and like actually thinking about this from a budget financial perspective. So the first goal that I picked for this year was to get all of the store credit cards at a balance of 0. The reason behind it, which I mean it should be a no-brainer, but again, I'm trying my best to like use these questions and prompts to, motivate me to, be better at my budgeting. So, I mean, hey, I'm an emotional spender, guys. I love to spend. And I mean, that's how we got to where we are. So, yeah, no, like like I said, like having the store cards, you should not want a balance on them, but we've all been there where you're shopping and it's like, oh, I don't have the money for it in my bank account right now, but they do provide these rewards and they provide this, and like you just spend, and you're not really thinking about it at the time. But the main reason for me, after sitting down and thinking about it, is having any balances on these accounts, it takes away the funds that I could be using to pay down the what I call my actual debts. So those are like main credit cards and loans. So yeah. Again, should be a no-brainer, but I don't know, it's just a different way of looking at it instead of just saying, "Oh, I shouldn't buy that because I don't have the money for it right now," which yeah, but it's another way of looking at it because yeah, you're going to eventually pay it off, but that could be funds. Like, if I'm paying $50 towards this Abaddon off this cabinet from Amazon, that could be $50 going towards one of my actual bills. So it's kind of like a spend less type thing, I guess, is how I'm looking at it. I'm really hoping to have the Maurice's account that should be paid off by the end of this upcoming week, so I should be able to check another one of these off, which again leaves us with the household and storage, which I'm just like, some of these I look at, like I know when I was in the store and I like convinced myself that I should do this, it had to be like a really good reasoning. But, like a month or two later and you're looking at it and you're like, what? What did I buy from Amazon for the house that was $267? Like, what did I do? So, yeah, it's having this goal has like really helped me it's helped me focus a little bit better when it does come time to making those purchases. It's do you really want to do you really want to do that? Is that really necessary? So yeah, we're slowly checking those off, and you can see they do give you it's enough. There's definitely one for each quarter and even an extra one. The habits, again, once we get into the monthly overviews, there is already a spot for a monthly habit, and I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna put into these. I do have the $5 a day savings, so maybe I could do one of those. I'm looking for my budget accessory pack and I'm not seeing it. I must have used all of them. So I'm really thinking that might be, I might put that in there. It is a habit that I've had for years. It's the fastest way of saving up money that I know of. Okay, so the daily framework page, again, this was the first time that I was setting one of these up as a budget perspective. So things, basically what I've learned from this page is that things that you normally don't think affect your budget, they actually do. Because everything's evolved around spending. So they give you like a spot where you could graph your energy levels. For me, I've learned that if I do my budgeting or I sit down with my budget planner whenever I have a high level of energy, I'm more focused and more motivated to say like, yeah, what can I do? What can I do with that payment? Where can I dig out funds from? And, you know, where can I save at? Instead of trying to work on it whenever I'm like exhausted. And of course, the fun part for me is this self-care activities. Um, it wasn't until I did this page where I learned basically all of my self-care activities, they're free. They have like little to no cost, and I don't know, it makes me a little bit more motivated to, you know, actually do the self-care activities. I'm not feeling guilty anymore whenever I do them. I'm just like, cool, you know? Yeah, let's go paint because it doesn't cost me anything. Let's do that workout because, again, you know, if you're working out and playing with weights, you're not on the phone shopping. Relaxing with Bird, taking a nap, you know, those type of things, they're free. And I feel great. I feel wonderful after I'm done. So, that's it for the introduction part. Again, guys, I am putting little mini breaks in just because it is easier to figure out the chapters instead of scrolling through the whole video. So, I'll be right back after this break. Alrighty, guys, moving right along into the yearly part of the planner. So, with this Hemlock and Oak Weekly Planner, they give you this 2 years at a glance page, and I use this for tracking one, how long it takes me to pay off one of these accounts, and two, I use it for projected payoff dates. So when I'm working on an account and like I do the snowball method. So let's see here, which we could see things have been added to this page here. But what I did is at the start of the year is I take all of my accounts and I list them from smallest to greatest. And I kind of do like a snowball method when I'm paying these off. So we can see like this one was the smallest, so this has become what I call my focus account. So if I have any extra funds or I'm going to make extra payments, they all go to this account until it's paid off, and then I move on to the next one. That's why we see here, I had to think about where I was going. Lost track. So that's why we see like I have perks listed here, and then these weeks are highlighted. It shows that perks is still my main focus account. It is not paid off yet, and my projected payoff is April of this year. I was hoping that it didn't take me until April to pay this thing off. But with some of the unexpected expenses that we've been rolling into, It very well might be April. I'm really hoping it's not, guys. We're teeter tottering towards maybe having it paid off by the end of February. It may take me till March. I'm really hoping it doesn't take till April. That would not be a good start to the year. But I mean, it is what it is. So let's see here. If we're going into this, we might as well keep on with this page here. So guess I should check and make sure we are in frame. We are in frame. Okay, so like I said, like I take my accounts, I list them in the order, and I mean, you could list your accounts in whatever order you want, whatever works best for you. And the years before, I was using the debt payoff planner app or stabit.com, and you just simply enter in all of your information and it gives you a nice little payoff plan. Both systems are free to use, and I do highly recommend them. This year I wanted to go a little step further, and I just wanted to see, like, if I didn't use the snowball method, which right now I'm pretty much not, but like I was before. But like, if I just did the bare minimum payment, which is a $50 extra each week, like, how long is it going to take me to pay off these accounts? And so I did the old school method of just writing out each payment, and that's where I got my projected payoffs for these ones. One more thing, just in case if we don't make it back to this page here, is, can't think, guys. I cannot think this week. Okay, so, I also had the Detris, which, I mean, Detris is pretty cool. It was like a little block coloring sheet, and for, like, you would put in the total of the debt that you need to pay off, and each block was a certain amount. For me, like, it was fun, and I do like coloring in the blocks. They do motivate you to make those extra payments. Definitely if you're a spender, because for some reason your brain thinks that you're buying a block when you're paying off debt. And yeah, I mean, I did kind of do this week. I still had 4 blocks left over here after paying Merrick, and that motivated me to put $40 onto the perks account. If I wouldn't have had this, I'm gonna say highly, I probably would not have made that $40 payment. But in my brain, I was like, oh man, there's 4 more blocks. Gotta color them in. And I made the payment. So it doesn't make sense, but it works. So, yeah, we can see I completed 4 rows. I got 4 rows. Each block is $10. And what else? I added stuff to this page. Okay, I did find a 0% balance transfer, so Discover is now on Ally, and I wrote the new balance. Now, of course, I transferred 4,000 of it over, and I know what you're saying. You're like, Discover was only 39. Well, we're about to see how interest can add up, because he's 4,000 now. And of course, there was the transfer fee of 160, so that's how we get the 4160. But that's 0% until the end of the year. So now my payments are actually going to be payments, which is nice. And then with all the dental stuff that's been going on, root canals, crowns, all that fun stuff, I did open up a Care Credit account, and fortunately, since everything's going to be 200 and over, it's 0%. And there is not a total yet, because we're in the middle of the process, guys. I have no idea what this is going to cost. It's mystery dental bills right now because the insurance and them are trying to figure out who owes what. Yay! So, moving on, they give you this year at a glance page, and again, we're seeing that I've been adding a lot more to it since last week. The main thing that you're gonna see is we got a new color on this page. Blue is the new color. And let's start off with the ones that we have seen so far. So purple is holidays and birthdays. Again, these are things that occur once a year. It just kind of I don't know, like the visualization for me is to see like how busy was that month. How busy was that month concerning my checking account, credit card spending, would I have needed money? Um so it's not like your daily like going to the drive-through or something. This is like, hey, big things are happening. Um, so yeah, like, are we doing anything for New Year's? Do I need money for it? So, like holidays and that. Of course, birthdays, you're gonna have spending. Okay, what else do I got on here? The red is, credit cards. This, or like large purchases, as we could see, I started adding those this year. That's when I pay them off. so we could see your little mini dumpster, he got paid off on January 30th. Carpet scrubber was paid. I added the dryer. Even though he wasn't on a credit, I did pay that with cash, but I felt it necessary to add it just because it's showing that I do have large amounts of money coming out of my accounts. Because, like we could see, like, no, I did not get the Focus account, which is the Perks account. I did not get that paid off in January, but, after looking at this, it's like, oh, yeah. Well, look at all these other things you had to cover. So that's why I decided to add those on there, because if not, it's going to be blank, and I'm just going to be like, man, you were a loser. You were a loser for January. And I wasn't. Like, I got a lot covered. I've added, let's talk about the blue since we're on here. I started adding medical things. This is probably the most that I've spent medically in a long time. I'm lucky if I spend $100 a year medically. And so we had the yearly appointment in January, which, I mean, that was nothing. It was $25, but hey, if I'm going to be doing medical, I might as well track all medical. So we had that. Then, of course, we get into the whole broke your tooth. And that apparently seems to be February's theme. So yeah, it starts out with the dentist appointment on the 12th. And again, like, depending on what my insurance does, this could be $100. This could be $800. And that's just one visit. Okay, so now we go into the root canal specialist, right? So got to see them on the 17th. I'm assuming that appointment's got to be about $400 after, the insurance. I go in for the actual root canal procedure on the 24th, so tomorrow. And, that's probably going to be about $2,000. So, yeah, like, I mean, cool, I was able to pay off the Amazon cabinet, but we can see, like, no, we're not really paying anything else off because we're adding these. So again, it's kind of like, it's a gentle reminder to myself of like, yeah, you're not really making progress in this. Like, this is like, man, I could be doing better in this. Why am I not? Oh, because of this. Life happens. Okay, so I got taxes. Taxes are coming up next month, so that's going to be fun. Even though I was a lot better this year in putting back money for the taxes. So I learned my lesson last year. I actually, lack of a better term, I got spanked by the IRS 2 years in a row. I completely underestimated what I would have to pay, and it just like killed the momentum for the whole year. So I'm feeling pretty good about what I have ready for taxes for March. um, okay, what else do I got? The car pay or not car payments, but like car expenses, I guess. So that'd be like your car inspection, registration of plates, driver's license renewals. So I have those in safety cone orange. And of course the insurance funds. So I do get insurance funds. I receive those twice a year, so that's yellow. They are bright and sunny. And that's it for this page. So we can see like there's been a lot added on to this since last week, but it adding those did kind of cheer me up, because again, like, I'm asking myself, like, why can't I pay this, why is this taking so long? And it's like, oh, you know. Like, once you see it that way, it really does change the perspective. So that's really why I like the paper planner, because it does help me visually see what's going on instead of just the numbers. Okay, so you get these quarterly pages as well. And again, I was like, what the heck am I going to use these for? And some of you had really good, oh God, guys, I'm sorry. I cannot think. I have not been able to concentrate since I've broke this tooth. I'm going on like 4 weeks of just, yeah, mental fog. No, Yin's had really good suggestions on how to use this page. It's just a lot of the suggestions, I mean, I really already do for this one. So the only other thing I could think of for this was to go ahead and list whatever focus account that I have for the month. And basically, if I make an extra payment onto it, and it is really helping me see how often I do the extra payments, and it's not a lot. I could actually be doing a lot better on this, but it is what it is, guys. And so yeah, no, I marked down, like, on the 5th I did a $230 extra payment, and I took the balance and just, you know, subtracted from there. I did another $50 payment, which brought me to that. And then on the very last day of the month, or the first day of the month, depending on, you know, when I actually do this, but I list what the actual balance is. And yeah, I was really surprised to see that Perks was at 211, and I'm like, what the heck? And then, you know, it hit me like, that is my spending account. So yeah, apparently like 200 some dollars out of that was something that it was a spending expense, and apparently I missed it. But cool, I no longer owe 453. It's now 211, so I'll take it. I will take it. And we can see again, because of all of the dental things, once that started, I was less willing to give up extra funds, because it's like, when am I gonna get these dental bills? I'm still waiting for them. So yeah, there was no extra payments made for Perks up until the 23rd, yesterday, I believe. Today, and I made 40. And again, going back to that little coloring sheet, whenever I make payments on the cards, I had 4 blocks, so I was like, you know what, I'm doing 40. Could it have been 50? Probably, but I just did 40. And that brings me to 171 now. Like I said, I really wanted this card paid off no later than the end of this month. Do I have the 171? Yes. But again, it's with all those mystery dental bills. But then again, I feel a lot better now knowing that I have the care credit thing. So I may still just pay the perks thing off by the end of this month. And yeah, so by the 28th or the 1st, I can do all this, and we can see I had to use the white label paper, covered up Discover. I gotta do it again for this one, but since Discover has went on to Ally, I do want to track that balance over the months. So that's what this is. And this was actually what kind of tipped me off as to, you know, you do need to get a zero balance, because we can see like I had 733, it went to 211, this one was 1218, this now 1202, like wow, you know, like after making, I think that was a $50 payment, like woo, you know, you saved $16 or something, you know, like or not saved. I actually paid $16 out of 50. We could see Merrick at least went down. PSACU went down. This one went down, and then we get to Discover, and I'm like, what the heck? We went from 39 to 41. Okay, that one went up. And yeah, so I went on, and that's when you're seeing, like, out of $100 some, I think it was like 20 of it went to the balance, but then again, like, it increased the balance. I don't know, but yeah, 0%. He went to 0%. We've had enough of that. So again, this is something new that I started this year, and already after, you know, 30 days, it's already shown to be quite beneficial. So that's how we're using these quarterly pages, and I am quite curious to see like how those balances change throughout the year. And okay, this is the holidays seasonal spender. So if it's anything that is seasonally related, I do track it on this page now. Again, I'm somebody who like really likes visual reminders, so I need things to be bright and colorful and cheerful. If you're strictly a functional planner, my planner probably is just like scaring you right now. But if it's cute and fun and like colorful and that, I am more likely to come back to the page. So we can see January had a lot of snow removal and of course sweaters and jeans. I still can't believe that I spent that much on clothes, but that's why I list it, guys. That's why it's on here. And of course we had Valentine's Day decor and Ray's birthday, which he still, I have no idea what that boy wants, so he still hasn't told me. So we have nothing listed there. I mean, sooner or later he's got to tell me. But I think he's afraid right now with all the tooth stuff happening. God bless him. Okay, and since we are in February, I'm going to include January in this. So when we do make it to February, this is what I'm hoping the pages are going to look like once they're completed. So we can see again with the Hemlock and Oak, they give you these monthly overviews. There's that habit tracker that I was telling you about. And I've just done a lot with this extra sheet here. They give you the boundaries, 3 self-cares, the intentions for the month, and of course the habit that you're working on. I use this blank sheet as like a friendly, like not a shopping list, but it's those weird purchases that like you kind of have to guess, like, do you really need this or is it just a want? So yeah, I started listing some of that stuff. The large orders, again, this is because I do really try to only charge what I can cover. We can see I had 4 slips in January, but if I know I'm going to be making one of these, it gets its own little tracker, and it just makes paying those things off a lot easier. One, because you're not forgetting about them. Which I did have one for this month. I had to quickly add it. And two, it just, I don't know, like when you start seeing this, you're like, man, shouldn't really buy that thing, even though you're convinced that you can buy it and you will pay it off. I still got a lot of these on here, so like, let's focus on paying these off before we make more purchases. And of course, the online order tracker. Because, I mean, it probably is just me, but there's been a lot of times of where I've purchased something online, completely forgot that I purchased it, and purchased it again. I don't, I don't know what that says about me, but that's why I started tracking it here. Once we're done with the whole monthly thing, this is what she's gonna look like, just to give me that visual reminder of when all the bills are due. Again, these are the weeklies from January. A lot going on these pages. But, I mean, guys, they're so cute. This is probably one of my favorites. And that gets us to the January review. And again, like, there is so much writing and journaling room in these. And I'm even doing an end of the month reflection now to see where the bulk of the spending's going. And it's just really helped me look at my budgeting a lot differently, guys. The daily was wonderful, but this is really like making it all come together now. So I'm really, 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 really happy that I switched to a weekly for this year. Okay, so, well, let's see here. This is February. So I'm going to take a quick break, and then this way we can discuss February and what's currently going on. Alrighty, guys, moving right into February now. And again, I'm sorry that these videos are so long. It's just, there's a lot packed into them. And again, like, the main reason why I do go through everything is there's got to be somebody out there watching these, and I'm hoping that, like, by sharing my journal, that it kind of gives you ideas to put into your budget planner, because I'm assuming that if you're looking up budget planner, plan with me's, that you're looking to see like different systems in that. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe, like, if you see that I have something set up that you're like, oh, that may help me, with your budgeting and your payoff plans. So again, I apologize that they are so freaking long. That's why I started putting in chapters. So yeah, getting right into this February overview. Again, we have the boundaries. So yeah, I was explaining to myself that, like, I've bought enough, okay? I got enough extra stuff. Let's see how long I can go without the extra spending. Turns out not long. Not long at all. Had to get a hair dryer, Yeah, that was a necessity. I didn't need to get it. I didn't. Turns out it was a want. but I convinced myself it was a need. And that was the purchase. Remember, I told you earlier that there was one that kind of snuck up on me, and I was going through this and I'm looking at the perks balance, and I'm like, man, that's a little bit higher than what it should be. So I started going through the YNAB. I do use the YNAB app, the You Need a Budget app. Again, I highly recommend that. That thing's been a game changer. And that's when it hit me, because I was like, it still has the little red flag by it, and I was like, dude, you never paid. You never paid for it. I thought I did. So, yup, little payoff tracker here for 70 some bucks. I mean, I'm an idiot. Seriously, I can't. I thought that I paid that. I did. I did not. So, yeah. So he's has his own little tracker. That's gonna get paid this week. I've already put in my perks payment for today. I have to wait until it clears until I could do another one. It's the only downside to that card. Um, so yeah, that's definitely getting paid by the end of this week, end of this month. Um, okay, the three ways that I could do the self care. Again, this whole system has made me look at self care a lot differently now because it's like, what are three things that I could do to keep myself busy and occupied so I don't spend? So I am painting my Winter Starry Night. That painting is kicking my butt. But hey, like I said, it takes up time, and that is time that I would be on the phone trying to spend. Um, Extra moments to read. I got a really good book series that I'm into, so I have been reading a lot lately. So yeah, no. So again, that's time that I could be on there spending and working out even when I don't want to. Which January was the month of sickness, and then we got the broken tooth, and yeah, I don't know if you've tried working out whenever your mouth is on fire. It's not the best, but it does keep me from eating too. So yeah. Oh, guys, I can't wait until they fix this thing. I'm gonna feel like a brand new person. Um, so yeah, no, those are the three things that I picked for this month. Uh, Basically, if I find myself searching websites, trying to shop, like I didn't catch myself with the hair dryer, but like if I catch myself onto a site like that and I'm just like, what are you doing? Why are we thinking? Kohl's is a big one for me. I'm always on there scrolling, making carts, and it's like, no, no, you don't need anything, and we got to put the phone down. And this is like one of the three things that I could say, okay, we're gonna go paint now, or we're gonna sit down and read. So that's why I like making these little lists here because it's something specific. It's really specific and like this is what you need to be doing instead. And I mean, like I said, they are nice and you get the little happy vibe from them. So it's kind of the same feeling you get from shopping, but it doesn't take away from the bank account. The intentions. Um, so of course, get my perks paid and back down to zero, so that we don't carry over the balance. Little did I know that I was going to be having the dental experience of my life when I wrote that. Okay, and get Amazon, Michaels, and Maurice's paid off. We did take care of the Amazon cabinet, as you saw in the introduction part. Um, I'm really feeling I could get Maurice's paid off. Michael's not so much, so we are probably just going to make a little baby payment again on it, but any payment's better than no payment. So Michael's probably is going to carry over until March with all the dental stuff. And again, the habit is to only charge what you can cover. That's my friendly reminder every month. But we can see I did do a lot better. We had 4 slips in January. So far, we've only had the 1 slip, and that is the hair dryer. So, we're getting better, guys. Progress is progress. Again, I have the wants versus needs little list. Basically, it's do you really need this? And we can see that HP photo paper has survived January and February. My stash is still holding out, okay? Like, I still haven't had to buy it. Notice the word had. I have not had to buy it. I still have some in stock. I probably would have bought that like twice now. So thank you, little list. Capsule closet again. That's well, definitely with me emptying out the closet. I am trying to clean out the closet, but there for like a solid 2 weeks, I was into the you need to buy stuff to make a capsule closet, and it's like, no, you don't. No, no. After cleaning out my closet, I definitely do not need to buy. I have enough. I have way more clothes than what I'll wear in my lifetime. Um, so yeah, that one has remained on the list. Cat litter, yes, that was a necessity. So I did need to buy that. The hair dryer, I did not need to buy it, but I did. But you know, I mean, it's nice to have dry hair, definitely with freezing temperatures. A professional flosser. Did not know I needed that on my list, but I'm telling you, like that is like did I floss with the little flossy tape? Yes, but yeah, one of those professional water flossers. I mean that thing means business. So yeah, that's did I need it? In one weird way, yeah, I feel like that was something that I needed, but I didn't know I needed. So yeah, yeah, that's one of the first dental expenses for the month. Um, my Vita Collagen, I am getting near to needing purchasing it, but I think I can still make it through February without purchasing it. I think I can make it to March, and of course the SB vitamins again. That's it. That is a necessity for me, health wise. It makes it to where I don't need the thyroid medication. So, I mean, if I could pick between the two, yeah, I'm picking the vitamins over the whatever it is they give you. My body does not react well to that. So bad things happen when I take that. So yeah, yeah, the vitamins are a necessity. Again, though, I think I can make it to March. Hopefully, taxes aren't like what I'm expecting them to be, and I'm kind of hoping I could use my tax money and make those purchases. But March will tell me. Okay, the large orders. Again, the Michaels. I was really hoping to have that thing covered, and we can see like I did get a lot taken care of in January. So I mean, the little mini dumpster. I love that mini dumpster. I do. Um, again, that's one of those things that I didn't know that I needed until I got it. And then it's, wow, like I can't imagine not having it. So yeah, got him paid off, got the scrubber from Kohl's paid off. We can see the storage from Michael's. We're exactly where we were last month with that. And what else did we get? We had the collagen, so collagen got paid. Yeah, chips and home on Target, but I did get that paid. Liquid salt from Amazon, got that paid. And the jeans on Maurice's. Oh, there he is. Okay, I was about to say, I don't remember that. Yeah, I got the tracker. So basically, if I get it paid off for the month, we of course don't move the tracker over, but if it was not paid, we just make a new tracker for the next month. So kind of hoping I could get rid of these two things here, and then that way it's just Michael's that we're carrying over. And again, the online orders, so we could see, like, again, technically this whole boundary thing I did do a lot better, because that's my online spending for January versus my online spending for February. So the whole dental thing or this here, one of those is working together, and it's making me think a little bit more before I make that purchase online. Or maybe I'm just doing more self-care activities. It's a combination. It's definitely a combination of all of them. The monthly layout, again, I'm a visual person, guys. Normally with budget planners, it's just all about the numbers. But for me, things make more sense when I can color code them and I can see spatially where things stand. So what I do for each month is I start with listing the paydays. And since I am paid bi-weekly, This definitely makes a lot more sense here when I drag this little guy out. So normally when you're doing your monthly budget, it's going to be on something like this. This thing has never worked for me. Actually, things just go horribly wrong when I do try to use one of these. Yeah, it looks all great when I fill it in and everything's, set, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna spend this much on this and I'm gonna spend this much on that. It never happens. I always overspend. Somebody is always not listed. And I think it's just with the whole bi-weekly thing, um, because sometimes you're going to end up with 3 pays for the month. It doesn't mean that you have extra funds for that month. It just means you have 3 pays. So, yeah, I've gotten in trouble with that. Again, guys, I apologize for my voice. It does get scratchy after so long. So, what I do is I start by highlighting the pay periods, and then I list off when everybody's due. And what this monthly visualization gives me is it tells me from, this pay period to this pay period, this is what I need to cover with this pay. There has been times in previous years of where I couldn't cover everything. Like, it really wasn't happening. And again, that's an eye opener of like, things need to change. Things need to change immediately. Because that is, you owe more than what you're making. And that is a reality. I've been there. It's not a good reality. So, fortunately, again, by using this setup, that's helped me know when to move some of these around, which again, you can call up the companies and just explain to them, like, I need this bill moved to this payday instead. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can learn from this sheet. Okay, so another thing that I did for this year that's different is I've color coded the different things that are being taken out or put in for the mainly this is out. I don't really list, well, I mean payday, but I don't list the amount. So yeah, anything that's coming out of the account, I've color coded them now. So again, the savings are yellow. So anytime I'm putting money into savings, it's with the yellow box. My main bills are in purple for February. So that's like your rent, your insurances, utilities. The store accounts and credit accounts, I've separated those two. Just because in like back here in the notes section that we saw, like that payoff planner, I only include the actual credit accounts. I don't include store accounts because those do fluctuate during the year, depending on what I spend. I've pretty much broken the habit of using any of the credit cards. Finally, like 5 years later, I don't use the credit cards. Store cards, not so much as you're seeing, but maybe that's what I'm trying to do here. Maybe I'm breaking myself of the habit of using the store cards. So I did separate those. So store cards are in the blue, credit cards are red for danger. Those are do not use. And loans are in green because, loans are different. They're just different beast. Slowly getting there, guys. 10 years later, I'll be like, I paid it off. Okay, so getting into the weeklies here. So this is the first week. And again, like I said, I like them to be bright and colorful because it's just nicer for me to look at. And if it's nicer to look at, then I'm going to come back to it. This was last week. We could see the first dentist appointment has X's because it's a mystery bill. I don't know what I owe. And this is the week that we are on right now. And it is, guys. I love this. I love how they're turning out. never never did I think that I would enjoy looking at my budget planner layout. So again, the focus was to pay off perks. Um I can, and then like I don't know. I've already made the payment, so I can't make any more payments towards perks. So I'm gonna say next week. Next week, it probably is just getting paid off so that I can stop thinking about it, stop talking about it. The intention was to find a 0% offer for the dentist, which I did. So that again, I think is reducing the anxiety, because we could see definitely anxiety just I had a pretty good day on Wednesday, but then it went back to just being bored and bored and anxious. So we can see like it is building up, like all the anxiety from the dentist appointments and that, of the not knowing what it's going to cost, how am I going to cover it. So again, like with being an emotional spender, that does really affect the other spending. So I did pretty good. I did pretty good at holding down the fort. Did I catch myself on a lot of store sites this week? Yes. Yes, I did. But did I make a purchase? No. So that is kind of nice. So it does show that this is working. I have a little piece of white. Oops. Well, he went down there. Oh well. Then he caught it. Cut in lifetime. So yeah. Yeah, I did pretty good. I'm pretty proud of myself this week, guys. I really didn't overspend when I know there was lots of chances to overspend, definitely in a week like this. So that is why I track the general mood of the day up here. Because it does, like if I do go into spending mode, let's find him. Okay, right here, Lang. We can see I was annoyed. I was annoyed the day before. I'm gonna say that's why I bought the hair dryer. It's not because I need the hair dryer. It's the mood. Yeah, and then I list the bills. I just give myself that friendly reminder of like, these are the bills due this week, which I do have a larger amount of bills due, guys, than the normal person. Again, that's why that this thing doesn't work for me, because yeah, like this is 1 week. This is 1 week for me. Like that's it's not, this doesn't cut it. It doesn't cut it for my budget. I this for somebody who could fit all their stuff onto that, I mean, congratulations. That is not me. So yeah, I do list all of the bills on the weekly layout as well. And we can see we even had to add one. We had to add one for next week. Which, guys, I'm trying, okay? I'm floating. My raft is still up. We are still going. And yeah, we had a lot of journaling area, so that was different for this week. And again, I do list the 3 me times that I go into for that day. Again, these are just those friendly reminders of, hey, you know, what did you do instead of spending? So yeah, that's a look at my my budget planner. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and that's our focus and the intentions for next week. Again, I do try to cover all of the actual spending for that month. This one's actually a lot better than January's, because again, you remember there was 4 slips in January, and pay all one paid transactions. So I do slowly work my way through the week of saying, okay, what else do you got to pay? and I get those taken care of before the end of the month. So it's nice. I just have to cover a hairdryer this month. It's a lot easier than 4 other payments, okay? And like I said, I really see the perks getting paid off by the end of this week. Definitely, since I know I have a way of covering the dental appointments now, and there's going to be no interest involved. So we can see like bright and colorful, right? You know, see the possibility, not the problem. So yeah, that's how we're moving into the final week of February, going into March. Again, we got all the notes and that ready for the February review. And I'm just going to work on the March overview as we get closer to Saturday so that I can actually see, you know, what I got going on. But the monthly layout is complete. It is ready. Just because, you know, we got bills coming up, guys. This is going to be part of the next week. So had to get that going on. Plus, I needed to see what do I need to cover before the next payday. So yeah, the visual layout of the monthly layout, that's a necessity. It does. It does help. So that's it. That's what we got going on for this week. That's everything that's happened. And like I said, this is just a whole new setup for me still, but I am loving how it's turning out. I'm getting so much more insight from this than I did from just the daily pages. It's kind of like condensed. You can see everything all in one spot now. And yeah, so I'm gonna quit talking. And we're gonna close out, and I'm just gonna say, guys, like, thank you so much for watching. I do greatly appreciate it, and please remember to hit that like and subscribe button to see more budget reviews.